Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You turn it on?
Yes. Oh, microphones. Thank you. Good reminder. Now we're live.
All good?
Yes, thanks.
All set.
You got it.
Teamwork.
Yeah, Jason, do you mind?
All good? Call the regular village board meeting for October 21st to order at 6 p.m. Please rise and join me in the pledge. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. And clerk, roll call, please.
Trustee Howe.
Here.
Trustee Shaw.
Here.
Trustee Strauss.
Here.
Trustee Stein.
Here.
Trustee Gary.
Here.
And Trustee Brown.
Here. We have a quorum. First item is public comment. You'll have 3 minutes to speak and no action will be taken. Russ.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
It's been 3.5 years since I've addressed the village, and I thought my input at that time was shuffled out in the corner, but it has not been. Therefore, I thank the village for responding to my input of May of 2022. And at that time, I presented the report by Hay and Associates that was dated in 1995 about the shoreline stabilization program at the Larkdale Lagoons. And the report that I had was probably the only available report from that time period. When the current HMG evaluation is completed, I would like to have a copy of that, since I initiated this. Okay. Question to ask is, what went wrong? The previous stabilization program failed because there was by the village or no enforcement of the planting of the tall grass to stabilize the shoreline. No signs were put up. I think that signs had been installed by the city to remind the landowners to not cut the tall grass. The erosion might have been slowed. And so why did the people cut the tall grass? Well, turnover of ownership. The history was lost. They go look out their window and they want to see the lagoon. And what do they see? Tall grass, not knowing that it's stabilizing the shoreline. So whatever you do, I think you have to have a follow-up. If it's planting tall grass or things of that nature, you do need to have a follow-up for enforcement and maybe a planting of signs. That's all I have to say. Thank you again very much for responding.
Thank you. And to consent agenda. Madam Clerk, please read the consent agenda while we sit back and relax.
Just relax.
Well, how often do you guys get a thank you?
Thank you.
Item A, approval of the minutes from October 7th, 2025, regular village board meeting. Item B, approval of the bills for payment from September 27th, 2025 to October 10th, 2025 in the amount of $731,352.16. Item C, approval of a resolution for maintenance under the Illinois Highway Code appropriating motor fuel tax funds for the purchase of rock salt. Approval of an ordinance declaring certain village-owned equipment surplus personal property and authorizing the sale or disposal of village own surplus personal property. Item E, approval of a resolution authorizing the waiver of competitive bidding and procurement of census water meters from Chlorine, Maine. Item F, approval of a resolution authorizing an intergovernmental agreement between the Village of Hawthorne Woods and the Village of Wauconda regarding the use of the Village of Wauconda Police Holding Facility. Item G, approval of a resolution authorizing an intergovernmental agreement between the Village of Kildare and Village of Wauconda regarding the use of the Village of Wauconda Police Holding Facility. Item H, approval of a resolution authorizing an agreement between Concentric Integration LLC and the Village of Wauconda for SCADA, S-C-A-D-A, Phase 3 improvements. Item I, approval of a resolution authorizing the purchase of 2 additional flock safety automated license plate readers from Flock Group Incorporated. Item J, approval of resolution appointing a broker of record for property casualty, workers' compensation, and liability.
Thank you. Any items to be removed or moved off the consent agenda? Any questions regarding any of the items on consent agenda? Hearing none for either, we have a motion and a second to approve consideration of the consent agenda and approve items on the consent agenda by ominous vote.
So moved. Second.
Roll call, please.
Trustee Howe?
Yes.
Trustee Shaw?
Yes.
Trustee Strauss?
Yes.
Trustee Stein?
Yes.
Trustee Gary?
Yes.
And Trustee Brown?
Yes.
Thank you. Motion does carry. On to new business, item A, consideration and approval of a resolution authorizing a professional services agreement with HMG Engineers for design engineering for the 2026 street improvement project. Recommend.
Thank you, Mayor. As one road project closes, another one's going to begin here. We've been in a good position in the last few years completing the design and engineering for our road projects ahead of schedule, as it allows us to go out the bid early in the following calendar year. Completing design work a year in advance also provides solid budget numbers for the next fiscal year. The scope of this project was reviewed at the October 7th Village Services meeting, and the proposed areas are in the Orchard Hills subdivision along Gossel Road from Fairfield to the townhouse development of Orchard Hills. With that, staff recommends approving the resolution with HMG for the 2020.
Does carry. On to item B, consideration and approval of a resolution authorizing a professional services agreement with HMG Engineers for issuing requests for proposals for contractors to evaluate and repair well number 8. Recommend.
Wells 7, 8, and 9 were installed about 25 years ago when the Liberty Lakes and Orchard Hills subdivisions were built. These wells provided water for the northern half of the village and were kept in service for emergency purposes once we transitioned to Lake Michigan water. Since the installation, wells 7 and 9 had both been pulled and repaired for performance issues. We're starting to see some of the same issues with well 8, most notably pump efficiency or deficiency. It's dropped from about 350 gallons a minute to 200 gallons a minute. This proposal supplied by HMG will solicit qualified contractors to pull well 8, provide recommendations for repairs if needed. The current fiscal year has $200,000 budget for this project, and HMG's provided a proposal for $32,800, which includes construction management if needed. Staff recommends approving the resolution with HMG for the well 8 rehabilitation for an amount of $32,800.
Any questions? Hearing none, make a motion and a second to approve item B under new business.
So moved.
Second?
Roll call, please.
Trustee Howe?
Yes.
Trustee Shaw?
Yes.
Trustee Strauss?
Yes.
Trustee Stein?
Yes.
Trustee Gary?
Yes.
Trustee Brown?
Thank you. Motion does carry. To item C, consideration and approval of a resolution authorizing the economic incentive agreement with DACT Holdings LLC for 110 South Main Street. Administrator Mattson.
Thank you. So we have been in discussions with the owner of the property of 110 South Main Street, which is formerly known as Middleton's. He recently leased the building for a 5-year term. The building was built in 1875. It requires roof replacement. And the owner has requested assistance from the village for 50% of the cost of the roof replacement. He's also indicated that the lessee intends to make some additional repairs to the outside of the building. So staff is recommending that the village enter into an economic incentive agreement to provide up to $20,000 to reimburse the owner for 50% of the cost of the roof replacement, 2 years of permit fee waivers, and up to $15,000 consistent with the village's facade grant program. The agreement does have a clawback clause, which means that if the restaurant doesn't open and stay open, the owner would be responsible for paying back a portion of that grant every year over the 5 year, or in a decreasing amount for a 5-year term. We expect that, the agreement provides that the restaurant is open by March 1st. This could be amended with written action by the village board, but hoping to be open sooner than that.
They're hoping to be open sooner, or we are? Well, both.
Yeah.
They're hoping by the end of the year.
Yeah.
Okay. So this was discussed at the Economic Development Commission meeting last week as well.
Did he indicate when they're going to do the roof?
He's trying to get it done as soon as possible, so he's just going to let the contractor know that he's ready to go, and the board approves this agreement and signs off. So in a couple weeks.
All right, good. Any further questions?
Question.
Yeah.
Is this TIF funding or is it general funding?
I would recommend it.
Yeah.
Good funding. Any further questions? Hearing none, may I get a motion and a second to approve item C under new business?
So moved.
Second?
Roll call, please.
Trustee Howe?
Yes.
Yes.
Trustee Strauss?
Yes.
Trustee Scott?
Yes.
Trustee Garrett?
Yes.
Trustee Brown?
Yes.
Thank you. Motion does carry. There is no old business tonight. On to the mayor's report. So I'd like to thank Director Manis and her staff for all the hard work that went into putting together the rate impact study for major infrastructure projects and infrastructure projects. Reports like this take a lot of time, effort, and forethought, so thank you for all your hard work. And we'd like to thank Director Manis, Superintendent Marco, and the Public Works staff, along with HMG engineers, and looking at different ways to upgrade our wastewater treatment plant to meet the aging equipment and EPA mandates, focusing on efficiencies in operation and construction costs. So a lot went into that, so thank you for all your hard work with that as well. Lindy celebrated their 60th anniversary in business here in Wauconda last weekend. We want to thank them for their continuous commitment to our community. It's quite an accomplishment, 60 years, and they had a great event. And there'll be a groundbreaking event at Sky Hill Homes this Friday. I believe it's at 9 a.m. This development is a long time coming, with changes from multi-unit development to the current single-family home development. And I look forward to trick-or-treat on Main Street this Sunday, and Bulldogs. They are 8-0. It's incredible. Doing a great job. That's all I have. On to trustee comments and committee reports. Trustee Al.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Just want to remind folks that there are still tables available for the Lions Club Trivia Fundraiser. It's our 3rd annual. It's going to be this Friday at the American Legion. $200 for a table of 8. There'll be lots of great prizes. And MC Hill, the one and only Mason Hill, who hosts trivia all around town, will be our host for the evening. Costumes encouraged, but not required.
Thank you. Trustee Shaw.
Congratulations to Lindy's, and obviously I have to look at the presentation if you want to speak. But I'm sure it's awesome. That's all I got.
Thank you. Trustee Strauss.
I don't have much. I just want to wish my grandson, his birthday was yesterday, he turned 5, and my husband is turning 50 on Sunday. That's all I got.
Excellent. Thank you. Trustee Stein.
No comments.
Trustee Gary.
Nothing.
Trustee Brown.
No comments.
Thank you all. Any other questions or concerns? Then may I get a motion and a second to go into executive session for the discussion of minutes of meetings lawfully closed under the Open Meetings Act, whether for purposes of approval by the body of minutes or semi-annual review of the minutes as mandated by section 2.06.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call, please. Oh, yeah, and directly adjourn from executive session. Sorry about that.
I'll move again.
All right.
Still moving, still second.
Roll call, please.
Trustee Howe?
Yes.
Trustee Shaw?
Yes.
Trustee Strauss?
Yes.
Trustee Stein?
Yes.
Trustee Garrett?
Yes.
Trustee Brown?
Yes, thank you. I didn't even read it. Motion to 6:14.
Yeah, I gotta wait.